What is going on, everybody? So we're here with Ben Mark Photography, or Ben Mark. As you'll see from the B-roll, you would have seen already, been following him around today, shooting our model, which will be clipped with overlays with some of the photos Ben's done and behind the scenes videos that I've done. So Ben is one of the UK's top upcoming fitness photographers and photographers in general. Might be a bit surprised by that. So I've actually got some top 20 questions, and we're going to see what we can get through with people walking in the background. So first thing is, what did you do before photography?
I've worked in the bike industry. I've worked in kind of office interiors. I worked for a television company. I've mainly worked on the PGA Golf Tour, so I've followed that around Europe for the last 10 years.
Nice. So what was your first camera and the first job you ever did, paid or free job?
First camera I had was a Canon 20D that I bought off a friend's dad. I had a little point and shoot, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what it was. The first paid shoot I ever had was a single page photo in Ride BMX magazine, and that was, say, 8-9 years ago.
Have you still got a link to that or photos?
I could probably send it to you.
We'll try and get some photos of everything we talk about anyway. Right, what method did you use to learn the art of photography? So was you self-taught, or did you go to college?
Trial and error.
Trial and error. So
a lot of it I messed around with settings and tried to change, kind of try and work out what different bits and pieces went, and then by talking to lots of people, asking their advice, asking what they do, slowly picked up, and over time I've just picked up more and more. I have done a few online tutorials. I've only done 2, and I've done 1 day's worth of photography, but other than that, 90% of it's self-taught.
Right. So what was the transition into photography from your regular job? Because you said you actually went full-time with photography in December.
Yes.
So what was the knockover effect to say, hey, I'm going to do this full-time?
I wanted to be my own boss, and I could probably earn a little bit more money, and also I just wanted to experience more stuff and actually scare myself. I generally wanted to go out and see if I can make it happen. If I can make it happen, then wicked. If I don't, then there's millions of other jobs out there. I'll go and find something else.
So would you class yourself as a professional? At what point did you class yourself as a professional, or do you still class yourself as learning the art and the craft?
I don't think I think even all the professionals in the world would tell you they still learn every day. Yeah. So I don't think I get paid for work. I've done magazines. I've done sponsored, with big athletes. I've done plenty of different bits and pieces. I guess a professional, if you're doing it full time and making a living off of it, I guess that maybe classes you as a professional.
Yeah.
I've never looked for a qualification in it, and to be fair, I don't see why you'd need one if you can do it.
Yeah, exactly. So currently, what camera are you using as your main photography?
I've got a 5D Mark III, which I bought a couple of years back. Possibly going to upgrade to a medium format camera, depending on how well this year goes.
Yeah.
It's just 10 grand to drop down on a camera is quite a big investment.
A bit much. So if you actually go on Ben's Instagram and his website, which links will be in the description, he uses quite artistic lighting. How did you actually get into lighting your subjects, in dark rooms, lit rooms? Obviously you'll see on the behind the scenes, he actually used a lighting rig today, even though it's kind of, in my opinion, bright outside, but the images which we'll overlay just adds tenfold. So how did you actually learn about it?
Learning, once again, was mainly trial and error.
Yeah.
With the BMX things that I used to do before, the rider would go up in the sky and you could be surrounded by trees and clouds. Clouds, obviously, if it's white cloud, you can kind of depict them from the sky, but they're up in the trees and you could never distance them from it. So I had to learn a way of being able to light them. Saw other people using flash guns and I thought, well, that makes sense. You just put more light onto it.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely I kind of got my head around it. I kind of learned a lot of it by trial and error, and just kind of keep trying to upgrade and see what other people are doing, learn from them, pick those bits up.
So would you recommend a flash gun for basic camera to start with and then go from there?
Yeah, I would. I think a lot of people look to spend money before they've actually got the best out of their camera. Like they'll look and go, oh, I need to have a flash gun, I need to have all these other gadgets to make this work. I don't think you do. I think I could go and do a shoot today and not use my flash and still walk away with more than enough images that anyone would be happy with using. However, if that's your style and that's what you like, then like you would have to go down that route of buying them, because you won't get those looks with natural light unless you're very fortunate where the natural light is.
So maximise the camera equipment you've got and the lighting rig you got before you actually go out and spend money.
Yeah.
Yep. So how do you, when a client contacts you,
Yep.
how do you prep yourself for the shoot? Is there a thought
10
process?
press-ups. So you kind of just got to reverse engineer what they're asking for. You know, they're going to be in a gym. Is it, obviously most of them are indoors, like you're going to need, well, you might not need lighting, but you can kind of have a look at the venue, what they're asking for. If they're wanting a lot, you know, over like a football pitch or rugby pitch, you're not going to be able to light the entire thing unless you've got thousands of flash guns. So you kind of need to work out what they're asking for first to realise what equipment you could need. And then I always take most of it with me, but in some cases you kind of reverse engineer what they've asked for, ask them a few questions, and that'll give you a broader understanding of what you need to have with you when you go and do it.
So I've actually seen today, but one of the questions is, how do you make your clients feel at ease when you're taking photos of them?
Talk to them, to get to know them. Like I've met today's model today. I've literally messaged her yesterday off Instagram, and just not being a knob helps. Like some people might think I am, that's fine, you can have that opinion, you might have to take that out if you don't want me to say that word, but at the same time I think you just got to be genuine. If you're a good person and you come across as that and you're consistent with it, don't go trying to fob anything off. You've got to learn a lot of things about when you meet a model, but get to know them a bit. Like they're just genuine people inside that also are probably very busy doing a million other things in life. You're capturing something of them, so get to know them, and then instantly they'll relax with you, and then you can have a laugh, and then that brings out the best in them. And photos are about memories. That's what I take it down to. Photos are about memories, and if you can create a good environment for a happy memory, you've won.
Brilliant. Okay.
And get a good photo.
What ratio do you advertise on the clients? So basically, do the clients come to you via your website, or is it social media, or is it word of mouth? What's the ratio of clients coming to you? Is it word of mouth? Or?
Word of mouth over the last few years. Instagram has suddenly changed the game with photography. As we met that photographer earlier who doesn't use Instagram. And
yeah, unfortunately we weren't allowed to take photos of this guy who wanted us to take a photo of his phone, and it was very weird.
Most people do contact me through word of mouth, through other people. Like, you know, a lot of that does come down to just talking to people. And making.
So is it about 50-50 at the moment, the ratio? Or was it
I'd probably say more like 60-70% word of mouth.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, that's good. Any tips on getting clients via Facebook and Instagram? Is it just posting more, or is it...
You've got to do everything. You've got to post, you've got to contact them, you've got to keep consistent, you've got to keep producing work. To be fair, I'm not massively pushing Facebook stuff just purely because my market isn't really there, but then video is. That's why I've started doing a lot more video to kind of entice people in to see my Instagram images, to see that side of things. So what the question was again?
What was I going to say? Oh, hang on. Tips on getting clients from Facebook and Instagram.
I think you've just got to create good stuff, and if you can keep it simple and make it effective and get the most out of people, that's eye-catching, come across in a good way, that kind of helps draw people in.
Okay, one thing a lot of people like to know is pricing. Obviously we won't go into your pricing exactly, but how do you go about pricing a job regarding the rates, the type of work, especially when you've got to travel? How do you actually go about it? Do you decide to have a set rate and then you just add on?
I think you've got to understand what the client is prepared to pay, and that's not just by asking them. You've got to find out a number of different things and how important the images are to them and so on. But it depends on how you want to run your business. Some people prefer to have like a set price. I'm like £50 an hour, that's what it is. Or some people do it in packages. It's different for me for like a commercial rate to like a personal rate, because commercial, someone's going to use that to make more business off. A personal thing of someone just capturing a transformation, realistically it's only going to might include a few other people sharing it, but that's about it, whereas businesses are going to make some money off of it. There's so many different things to go into, and realistically, like, I think you've got to research what you need to be making a year to survive off of it. divide that by how many days you roughly want to work, and then kind of covering all your costs, and then you need to make a profit out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And just to let you know, today's shoot Ben is actually doing for free, because that's how he feels. Even though he gets paid and he can charge, he decides if he's got a day off work, he'll actually do 3 days for people in the fitness industry.
I got to meet a great person today.
But off the back of that, he gets a bunch.
I've met someone good. She's hopefully going to share my word around. Who knows what it leads to, as we were talking about opportunities. Who knows where it'll go.
It's like a ton of footage from today, which he can then advertise and potentially get more clients. So it's only cost him 8 hours of work, really, coming down.
And the rest of the knowledge.
Yeah, and the knowledge. How much work goes into editing a photo?
Depends how good the photo is in the first place, I suppose.
All right, we'll try and.
It just depends, like, you know, if you're trying to go like super high end and make sure everything's clean and crisp, it's going to take a bit longer. Obviously, if you pick a good location, the lighting and everything like that, and you get it right, it's going to take less time.
Yeah.
If you need to manipulate it a bit more, I'd probably say I spend roughly 2/3 shooting, 1/3 editing.
Yeah. Okay. We'll try and wheel off the rest of the questions pretty quick, see if we can keep it short, because Ben does like to talk. Right. Do you offer client printed image, or is it just digital?
I do offer them printed. Most people don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is a shame.
Some people say you need a keen eye for photography. Do you think people are born with it, or can they actually just learn it over time via trial and error?
I think you could learn it.
Yeah. Okay. Would you recommend people of any age who is looking to take up photography full or part-time to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Just follow your passion. If you want to do it, go do it. Don't make excuses. If you've got excuses, don't do it. Simple.
Yeah. Okay, you have a YouTube channel and giving some reviews on the products you use. This is something you like to keep on doing, the product reviews on your YouTube?
Yeah, I think so. Like they tend to get quite a lot of reviews, like quite a lot of views and comments, or like, you know, I get emails from them. So yeah, I think so. Like I'm never ashamed to kind of try a product and see what I think.
Okay, you're also learning more into films and behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something you'd like to take on a bit further, doing more video work, promo work? Yeah.
Yeah, I will do, definitely.
Yeah, good. Is there one thing you can go back and tell your younger version of yourself? What would that be? It doesn't have to be photo related.
Don't care about other people's opinions.
Yeah. You think that gets in the way, especially with social media at the moment?
Yeah, if you didn't care about, if I literally said to you now, do not care about anyone else's opinions, go and do exactly what you wanted to do, I bet you'd do 20 times more what you'd actually want to do.
And last question, number 20, what is your dream goal as a photographer? Is it to work with anyone or to shoot anything?
I used to play football. I'm a Crystal Palace fan. Not a die-hard fan, but I enjoy Crystal Palace. I would like to see one of my pictures. I'd like to photograph one of their players and see it on an advertising billboard somewhere, mainly to make my dad proud.
Excellent. So hopefully that helps you guys. There's 20 questions with Ben Mark Photography. I'll leave all his links in the description, and hope you enjoyed it, and we shall see you on the next one.
Thank you very much.